Hello, hello, hello. Derek and I are back. Mostly Derek is back. We're doing week 27 Fantasy Outlook. There's a bunch of team on buys. So, Derek, what the hell are you going to talk about?
Well, first of all, I'd like to talk about week 26, our little double game week. It started off well for me, and then on Saturday it became shit, and then on Sunday it became even better. I ended up with 96 points this week, which, like I said, after Saturday was pretty well. I ended up getting about 55 points on a Sunday afternoon. I captained Sasha Luganis. Kleston, I'm sorry. Captain Kleston, he ended up getting 42 points as my captain this week. That was a very good choice. He had two great games for New York. They lost 3-2, and then beat DC 3-0. I actually moved into the top 25 of the Orlando City League about 2 months ago. I was like, that's not going to happen. Top 1,000 in the overall, so I'm happy with that. Still can't beat Chris. He's got bragging rights on me for that. I'll give you that, Chris. But enough was week 26. So let's go to week 27. And I posted this a little week ago. The title of this episode is "What the fuck are we gonna do this week?" You have 10 teams on bye. You have half the players from the teams that are actually playing going on international break. I think Columbus is missing something like 8 players. Dallas is missing their 3 best players. They're missing Perez. They're missing Castillo. Of course, Orlando City's missing 5 players. New England's missing
Only
Jovinko.
Jones.
Jovinko got injured. So seriously, what the fuck are we gonna do this week? Um. By the way, your transfers win Saturday at 7:30 p.m. with the start of the Orlando City New England game. But with only 10 teams, I mean, there's only so much you can do. At least they gave you unlimited transfers this week. Uh, I have a preliminary roster already set up, and it ended up you. If you can keep players you want for future weeks, that's what I went ahead and do. I have 3 players that I want to keep on bye weeks, but they're on my bench this week. My strategy for this week is I actually stacked up on San Jose players. San Jose is absolutely on fire. I think they're 6th place in the West now. They're just playing really, really well at the moment. And even though they're gonna miss Good Day, I think that's how you say his name. They're missing him for Panama. They're missing Wondolowski for U.S. I ended up picking up David Bingham, goalkeeper. I picked up a defender. I think it was Francis. Then I picked up Shea Salinas, who at his price point is producing very, very well. He's only at, I think it was 8.8, and if you just look at his stats recently, it's shocking. He's a very good option for you this week if you need a midfield. Who else?
San Jose's seventh.
7th in the West. Oh, Seattle won yesterday. That's right. Still, San Jose is on fire, folks, and they're playing Philadelphia, a shit team, at home. Pick up San Jose players. Don't care what you got to do it. And my 4th one was Quincy Amarikwa, who has been revitalized since he got traded over there. He's playing up top with Wondolowski behind him. I don't know how many goals he's had, but he's looked a lot better than he ever did with Chicago. But we can go back to different options for the different teams, but fact of the matter is you're not going to find a lot this week. New England and Orlando, I only have one option this week for either team. Unless you really want Rafael Ramos or any Orlando defender, even though they play like crap. The best option in that game is Lee Win. To me, he's priced, I think it was 11.1. He's played really well recently. I think he's only had one game with less than 5 points last 5 or 6 weeks. Orlando's road form is just terrible. We all know that. Lee Win should get at least 4 points this week. Hoping we take the win. Then we got Montreal and Chicago. This is a game I'll personally be watching as well. It's for our playoff picture. It's a key game in the Eastern Conference, and yet both teams are just going in absolutely decimated. Montreal is missing Piatti through injury. Drogba may not play due to injury. Laurent Simon's going to miss the game for red card. So that's the three best players from Montreal gone. It's leaving their best player. I think it's Andres Romero. If you really want a Montreal player, you're going Dominic Aduro, maybe Evan Bush. I really don't know who you're going to go for that team this week. I actually still have Donnie Toya, just because he's actually playing this week. That's pretty much the only reason. Chicago, I actually picked up Kennedy Igboananike this week. We saw him against Orlando this week. He looked okay, didn't score. The guy's fast. He's
Scored against us in both the other games.
Yes, he has scored against us twice. I don't know his record against Montreal this year, how many goals he's had. But without David Accam, who's going to international duty for Ghana, Igboananike is going to be the leading striker with Gilberto. Hopefully Harry Shipp plays behind him. I'm really hoping for a goal from Igboananike this week. That'd be a key pickup, a key point for him. Because he's not a bad player, but he was a Chicago DP. If that says what the team thinks of him. I have Eric Garrick also, basically because he plays this week. There's really not many cheap defender options because half of them are going to Gold Cup. I mean, not Gold Cup, World Cup qualifiers, friendlies, etc., etc. And then Harry Shipp, if you really want him, I don't know why he came off the bench this past week. He should start versus Montreal, and if he does, we're looking about 5 points. Because, like I said, Montreal is weakened right now. Even with their great home form, they're weakened. You can't play well missing your best three players. And yet Orlando's going to play missing 5 out of their best 6. Whatever. You just got to go with it. This is the game. It's probably going to be the best for fantasy, but I don't have a ton of options in it. Personally, because I thought San Jose was just that much better. Seattle versus Toronto. And this game includes my number one fantasy option for the week. But for Toronto, Jovinko may not play due to injury. He had to back out of international duty with Italy. So be careful of that. I need to drop him if that's true or pick up someone else. Right now, they're really – you could pick up Osorio. You could pick up Michael Bradley. But do you really want those two? Do you really want to waste a transfer next week to get rid of them? I don't. And for Seattle, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. If Jovinko doesn't play, any Seattle player is good for you. Any of them. Every single one on their starting 11. And my number one fantasy option for this week is going to be Obafemi Martins. Why? Seattle is a hell of a lot better home than they're on the road.
And he scored a really nasty goal last weekend.
I saw that. That was nice. He fights off like 3 Portland defenders, slides a pass Adam Coruscant. That was nice. He actually had 9 fantasy points last week. That's another reason I'm looking at him.
See what happens when you have designated players who actually make an impact?
Yeah, Obafemi Martins, when healthy, is probably the best player in the league. Well, last year, Jovinko's trying to give him a run for his money. But still, Obafemi is top 3 easily when healthy. And he is healthy. And Seattle, even without Clint Dempsey, is playing well. They played well this past week versus Portland. I think I have Eric Freeberg as well. But like I said, any option's good, really. If they start for Seattle, you can play them. Torres, Valdez, any of them. I have Freeberg and Martins as my captain. That should be a good week because Toronto does not have a good defense. And then my personal, the game I had the most options from is San Jose versus Philadelphia. I think I talked about this earlier. I have 4 San Jose players this week. I really like them. Philadelphia just is not a good team. They're on the road at San Jose. So I have a San Jose player in every line of my team. I have David Bingham, Francis for the defense, Shea Salinas, who's been on absolute fire for San Jose, and then I have Quincy Amarikwa, who's kind of been revitalized with San Jose. So if you're looking for striker options, there ain't much. Kai Kamara's not going to be here this week. Look at Quincy Amarikwa. Look at these guys. I mean, you just got to find these options, make it work this week. And last game is Columbus versus Dallas. I'm really not sure who you want to pick from this game. Higuain, maybe. Ethan Finley, maybe. Columbus, I heard somewhere they're missing like 8 players this week. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a really high number. I know it was more than us. That's all I know.
They're missing at least half their starters, and they're traveling. I think they're traveling to Dallas. I'm not sure. Still, Dallas is a good team. I'm not really gonna risk Columbus this week. Home or away, I just don't want to risk it. And with Dallas, they're missing Castillo and Blas Paris. So, really, who do you want from that team? Mauro Diaz, maybe? I know. Speaking of Diaz, I saw somewhere he's the subject of a 17 million euro bid. I don't know the validity of that.
For what team?
I think it was from Fenerbahce. Like I said, I don't know the validity of that. But,
the Turkey League is the same as the MLS.
Yeah. But
I think Dallas is at home this week.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we pretty much win over all the games. Like I said, my number one fantasy option is Obafemi Martins. Jovinko would be up there if he wasn't injured. But really, I don't see any other option. I mean, Shea Salinas is up there, but he's not going to be on the level of Obafemi Martins this week. Other than that, good luck, folks. I mean, we have less than 8 weeks left in the year. This is your time to make the run. It's your time to save up. Make sure you buy your extra options on the bench because this is an unlimited transfer week. If you can fill up a lineup and get players you're going to use in the future on your bench, that's what I'm doing. It saves you from using your transfers to get these players. So that's a good thing.
I got 2 questions for you.
Yes.
If Breck Shea comes back, what is his fantasy value?
Lower tier midfielder.
Okay.
Really?
And what about for the bargain buys, would he be a bargain buy? Would it be worth considering on the short week?
Not this week. I would not risk him this week coming off the injury.
Okay. And my other question is what's Altidor's value, or is he's going to America play, isn't he?
0.
Is he away?
Yeah.
Okay, he got the call. Okay.
I have 0 reliability in Josie Altidore.
Okay.
Unless he's playing us.
Fair enough.
I mean, he has 4 goals in 2 games against us. So unless he's playing Orlando City, there are just so many better striker options. Same thing for Shea. I mean, at his price point, there's just so many better midfield options.
All right. And if you're gonna go goal hunting this week, who are you gonna go goal hunting with?
Do you want the obvious option or
no?
All right. I'd say Obafemi Martins is the obvious option. I said his name already in this podcast. Igboananike. I like him. If you really want a differential, Dominic Aduro, like I said, Chicago and Montreal, just one's decimated, the other's terrible. So,
all right.
That's got the makings of 2-2 all over it.
Got anything else for the people?
No, that's pretty much it, guys. Good luck this week, really.
With the laugh. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Derek is, sacrificing his fantasy points for you guys. So, if you ever see him at the stadium or if you follow him on Twitter, be sure to thank him for the free tips. He just does this, out of the goodness of his heart and because he likes doing it. So, make sure that doesn't go underappreciated. And thank you guys for the watch. If you ever have any fantasy questions, please let one of us know. Just put out a match preview also. Oh, hey, Derek. One last thing, unfantasy related. What's your score prediction for the Orlando City game?
Do I have to see it?
No, you don't. You can pass if you want. I
I've,
mean, I project it. You got to watch match preview to see my projection, but
without half our team, I just find it very hard for us to get a result this week.
all right. Do you think we get? You think we can get one?
We'd have to play really well to get a point. I mean,
Okay.
I just don't see it this week.
Alrighty, well he's gonna refrain because he's too big of a fan. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for the watch. Let Derek know if you have any fantasy questions. And if you need anything else from me, fan TV wise. I didn't make it. Well, I made it to the game, but I didn't make it to fan TV this weekend because my cameraman, he's scared he was gonna melt. So I threw him under the bus in mass preview. I'm throwing him under the bus now. Threw him under the bus on Twitter. I really wanted to stay, but that was my ride. That's my cameraman. Can't shoot by myself. But all right, guys, I will do fan TV. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I will get you guys one, and I will keep with match previews, and Derek will keep with fantasy outlook. So thanks, guys. Derek, you want to say thanks again?
Anytime, guys. Good luck this week.
There you have it. Peace out.